welcome back to my channel. It is Ogo Royalty, and today we are going to do this beautiful makeup look. And anyway, you guys, if you're interested in knowing how we did all this drugstore makeup tutorial, then let's go right into this makeup tutorial. We are going to do a makeup tutorial. I'm actually excited that I'm able to film today. And anyway, you guys, I'm going to use one of these three eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. The very first eyeshadow I'm going to use is going to be the Comfort Zone. It is the eyeshadow palette that I am going to use for today's makeup tutorial. And by the way, you guys, in case you're distracted with what I'm doing, I'm actually trying to learn to film a makeup tutorial while I'm doing a reel this side. So I hope it does not actually give us a hard time. And anyway, you guys, I'm hoping to use this eyeshadow palette. And by the way, like I always say, you guys, that when I apply my eyeshadows, let your concentration not to be on the eyeshadow palette I'm using, or rather let your concentration be on the colors and the technique that I will be using. And anyway, you guys, as you can see, these two eyeshadow palettes, they have similar colors, only that the other one is, they're extremely expensive. Here in South Africa, you find this for 1,100. Yes, I think I bought it for 1,100 at the ARC. And this palette, you find it at Clicks, and it was selling at 140. And by the way, when I got these three eyeshadow palettes, I was buying three and paying for two. That means I bought them on special. So this is how I actually buy my makeup. Like I said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and use this eyeshadow palette. And anyway, if you manage to hear the noise outside, please, you guys, forgive your sister. The doors are open, the window is open, everything else is open. And anyway, you guys, I'm no longer sure if I'm still camera confident, but you guys, I'm actually trying to learn a new trick almost every week. So as per usual, I'm going to go ahead and use this Gosh eyeshadow palette as a mirror. And I'm going to use this concealer. It is from Rimmel London. And the shade of this concealer is the shade Toffee. And you guys, the reason why I would like to apply a lighter concealer is because I wanted these eyeshadows to actually have their pigments out. I used the other one before, but I don't think they're as pigmented as they look from the palette. Their pigment is a little bit dimmed down. It actually is good for people that are starting to apply makeup, because if you're a beginner in makeup, you may need to adjust how you're applying your eyeshadows. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to try and display the eyeshadow I'm using on the side so that you know which eyeshadows I have used. I'm going to use this eyeshadow, and by the way, this eyeshadow, it is written transition as well as this eyeshadow. These two eyeshadows, they're the transitioning shade from this eyeshadow palette, depending on which colors you want to apply first. But then I'm going to take the transitioning shade from this palette, and I'm just going to apply right here like this. To apply on this other side. And I'm using a slightly fluffy eyeshadow brush. And anyway, you guys, I think this eyeshadow brush is slightly smaller for me. Normally I use this brush to apply my deepest shade, which is my deep colors, because it's slightly fluffy. It is not too fluffy. Let me show you what a too fluffy eyeshadow brush is. I think you can see that this one is too fluffy and this one is slightly fluffy. And anyway, you guys, I think I have the other one also, which I think it also falls under the category of the fluffiest brush. It is also this. And I may need to transition this very same transitioning shade with another color. And I'm just going to keep on applying. Taking another fluffy brush, I'm just going to go to another transitioning shade from this eyeshadow palette. And I'm just going to transition this eyeshadow like this. But I would like to have a different colors blended well together. And then you guys, going back to my brush, I'm just going to take that transition shade again, just to ensure that I retain the pigment that I almost lost as I was transitioning it. And I'll do the same on this other side. And you guys, I think I'm taking a risk filming this, not knowing when is the load shedding scheduled. Let me try to check. The last thing we need is surprise. Let me check what time is the load shedding. Okay. Thank you, doctor. This is okay. The schedule is tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the morning. We are good to actually go ahead with this. And anyway, you guys, I'm going to go for a deeper brown color. It is slightly shimmery. And then I'm going to apply also this side, applying this very same color. My camera stopped where I'm not really sure where it stopped, but I'm going to try and apply this eyeshadow like that and take it on top of my eyelid, because I'm going to cut the crease and I want it to have a very beautiful gradient transition, especially after cutting the crease. I would like it to have a certain type of look, and I'm just going to keep applying like this. And by the way, you guys, this eyeshadow that I'm applying here, it looks like it's a little bit black with sparks of burgundy color. And then you guys, with this fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just going back to the transitioning shade that I have applied when I started applying my eyeshadow. So just going to ensure that I transition my eyeshadows like this, and I'm going to do the same on this side to transition my eyeshadows. Sometimes it's so hard, like superly hard to be a woman, because I'm having serious hot flashes. I'm going back to this concealer. I'm going to take this flat brush that I'm using as my concealer flat brush to cut my crease. And when it comes to cutting the crease, you guys, I'm going to just ensure that I do not cut the crease exactly where my eye is supposed to be folding. Going to go a little bit on top of where my eye is going to be folding. And you guys, I'm going to leave it like that and go to the other eye. Alright you guys, I think I'm going to take the brush that I was using to apply my deep color and ensure that I transition this with my concealer beautifully. So the very first eyeshadow I'm yet to apply is going to be this eyeshadow, just going to place. And this is more like a peachy rosé color. It's Comfort Zone. This is the eyeshadow palette that I'm using from Wet n Wild. It's called Comfort Zone. Just going to keep applying. And then you guys, I think I need one more color, but I'm not actually sure which color I should be using. But I think I should go back to my transitioning shade and try to transition, because I think the cut crease was not going to be very colorful. And I'm just going to try transition the two like this. Just want to ombre this. Going back to this small crease brush, and I'm just going to apply the dark color. Please never mind the crazy maniac that is passing by. This man didn't have no reason to be doing what he's doing, but he decided to make some noise. Maybe he's trying to impress one of the ladies that are working for this. Maybe he's trying to impress. Only a guy that is in love can do that. And I think for now, you guys, everything is still okay. And you guys, using a small brush like this, I'm going to go for this color and I'm going to apply on my inner corner. I'm not mad at the pigment for this eyeshadow palette, you guys. I actually think I'm in love with it, because you guys, I think for me, it is not about the price that you pay for an eyeshadow palette. It is what you can do with the eyeshadow palette. If the eyeshadow palette has colors that you are able to apply regardless of what you are using, I think that's a way to go anyway. And then you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner. This is the regular Essence liquid eyeliner. Just going to apply it right on my eyelash line, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to make a wing eyeliner. And then you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara. It's the Lash Princess Volume Mascara. This is a weird situation that I'm trying out here, but if I was to look natural also on this other side, then let your sister leave and try to explore different avenues of life. And anyway, you guys, I'm going to apply Pond's Flawless Radiant Derma Plus Perfecting Serum. I'm not used to this for a long time. You know, I don't know how to sit in. Alright you guys, I think when it comes to applying the primer from Essence, and I'm just going to apply a little tiny bit of it. And when it comes to foundation, you guys, I'm going to apply foundation from L'Oreal Paris Infallible, and the shade is Copper. I'm going to go ahead and apply it like this. Taking a makeup brush, and I'm going to just go ahead and apply my setting spray. I'm going to go ahead and apply this foundation and just ensure that I have a full coverage I don't know you guys, but for some reason this is now late is becoming a little bit reddish than it was before. I'm not sure whether it is this new formulas that they always say the product has changed because of. And the sad thing about you guys filming alone is that you become a director, a producer, and an editor of your videos. And anyway, you guys, for some people that can afford the service of an editor, please go right ahead. Save yourself the struggle of actually editing your content. This is a serious struggle. I think my eyes are reacting. I'm not sure whether they are reacting to this concealer. As soon as I apply this concealer, I feel like my eyes are just about to cry, so not from now. Let me see if I can't brighten this. I think this concealer of Rimmel London, it works better as a brightening shade, and most definitely not as a concealer highlighter, because actually it's too bright. It's brighter than I would prefer my concealer highlighter to be. I think the combination of these two products, you guys, it is actually is coming out okay. It's coming out way better than I thought it would. And you guys, I'm going to apply it in the shade Translucent and to set the concealer highlight. And then you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take my skin tone shade powder in the shade Caramelized. I'm just going to set my smile line. And I'm just going to do the same this side. I think you guys, it is actually proper that I apply my eyelashes, and I'm going to use the Disco eyelash glue just to apply. So I'm going to take these eyelashes. They don't look as though they are dry, but I'm just going to apply. Looks like we can make them work. My eyelash lifter has glue in it, and now it wants to remove the lashes instead of placing them. It wants to do the opposite of what I trust it for. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye, just to apply, so that as we apply our makeup, we are able to see the look. Alright, so guys, I think what is left is for me to apply my bronzer. And when it comes to bronzer, I'm going to use this Palladio matte bronzer. Just going to go ahead and apply, starting from the forehead. Don't forget where you first place your bronzer or you first place your powder product. It is where the most pigment is going to be. So if you are to chisel out your cheeks, you start from your ear and then you take it out. Let's do the same this side. I feel like I'm staying next to an airport, right? But that was an aircraft that was passing by, or airplane. Don't know what you call them. People that are staying in Joburg, they would know. In my brother's home, they even know which one is the one that is passing. I'm going to go ahead and apply, sculpt out my nose bridge. I'm just going to sculpt out my nose bridge. Ensure that you also take it to your eyebrow bone so that the nose bridge contour can look beautiful and sexy. And you guys, I like to take my sponge, even though when I'm editing, I actually realize that I have removed more than enough of the contour on my nose, but in person the look will be looking snatched. Now you guys, since we have applied colors that are more burgundy, I think it will only be advisable that we go this route of applying this Break the Road blusher from Catrice, and we try to have monochromatic color. Alright you guys, I'm going to apply my highlighter, and this one is from Palladio. I'm just going to ensure that I highlight my nose bridge like that, and not forgetting my eyebrow bone as well as my cupid's bone. And then you guys, you've always seen people that are applying the same eyeshadow on their inner corner to place it on your eyebrow bone. I think it can only go with the color of your skin. If you are a little bit darker or you are a woman of color, women of color have selective highlighter for their face. If you're going to apply a highlighter like this on a woman of color, it will not look beautiful. It will look very icy, but it will be a very good color for the inner corner highlighter. I need to go back to this eyeshadow palette and go for this, the transitioning shade, which I used as a transitioning shade. And I'm just going to ensure that I don't have follow-ups. I have limited follow-ups. Normally when I have follow-ups like this, I always take the brush just to do away with the follow-ups. And then you guys, taking this brush, I'm going to this eyeshadow color, which is the one that I applied. Just going to cleanse it. But it actually is finished. I'm proud of myself for finishing product instead of losing them, because sometimes we lose these products. I'm going to apply mascara. The mascara I'm using, it is also from Essence, and it's a Lash Princess Volume mascara, and it's waterproof. Anyway, you guys, I think everything for now it is looking okay. Let me try and sculpt out under this contour. Do the same on this side. And then you guys, I'm going to use this Nivea Rose Care Hydrating Face Mist. Just going to apply all over my face inside. And then you guys, I think I need to apply the lippies. And when it comes to the lipstick, I'm going to apply Yardley, and the shade is Infamous. They said it's a 16-hour way. And anyway, you guys, I will find out if it does need lip liner. Alright you guys, I think everything in this face is looking beautiful. I only forgot to apply a highlighter, and when it comes to highlighter, I'm going to apply this highlighter from Palladio, and I'm going to use this shade, which I find it to be looking beautiful for women of color. Not too much. And by the way, you guys, this is the final look of this makeup tutorial. I really hope you love everything, and I hope you will share. Don't forget to press notification button every time I try to upload. You'll be notified. And this is Sogo Reality signing off.